So everybody, it's what Jim, and let's go ahead and do a no spoiler and spoiler review for the latest film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So we'll go ahead and talk about the no spoiler parts of this film, then we'll talk about the spoiler parts of this film. But for the no spoilers, it's just a quick overview of this film, really, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really great film. Didn't really have too many negatives about the film, but I did just really enjoy it. It was very unique for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I thought it was quite unpredictable as well, which I really enjoyed about it. Um, there are two credit scenes. There's a mid credit scene which takes place about 2-3 minutes and into the credits, and then there's an end credit scene which takes place after all the credits are finished, which takes about 10 minutes to get to. You definitely won't want to miss them, especially the mid credit scene. If you had to really stick around for the mid credit scene, that's one I'd highly recommend to stick around for. But you can watch the end credit scene if you want to go ahead and do so as well. But this film, it should be a 12 in my opinion. It is a 12A, but I feel like it can get a bit too scary and a bit too violent at times. So I highly recommend not to take your kid to this film if you've got one, that is. If you're going to be going with one. But I would also highly recommend to watch the first Doctor Strange from 2016 and WandaVision before watching this one. They're both on Disney Plus, so if you just go ahead and get that, then you can go ahead and watch them. But I find it a bit annoying that you have to have seen WandaVision in order to have seen this film, because people might not be able to afford Disney Plus, and that's the only way of watching WandaVision. But I highly recommend to watch those two things to make more sense of this film. You don't have to really have a good time with this film, but I think if you want to have an even better time watching this film, I would highly recommend to watch those first. But I just did really enjoy this film. It was all done very well, in my opinion. It was not a top tier MCU film, but I still did really enjoy this film. Also, if you've not seen Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, please don't go in the comment section, just in case there are spoilers. I don't want this film to be spoiled for you. Yeah, so just go ahead and avoid it if you've not seen the film. But if you have seen the film, then you can go ahead and go down there in the comment section. But if you haven't seen the film, please don't go ahead and do it. Just in case. So I'll go ahead and now give you a summary of what the plot for this film is about. I just realised, because this is spoilery, that this part, there's not really any need for a plot because you've all seen it. But as just for a quick reminder, I'll just quickly brief through it now. So America Chavez and the version of Dr. Stephen Strange are chased by a demon in the space between universes while searching for the book of Vishanti. And now we'll go ahead and talk about the good for Doctor Strange in Multiverse of Madness. So for the good, I want to say that Sam Raimi as a director, I think was a really great choice for this film. I think he did a brilliant job with what he was given, and he just made a film that was very unique, very unpredictable, and I just think he did a very great job with this film. I also thought that the story, it wasn't amazing in my opinion. It was a pretty straightforward story, but I still did quite enjoy it. I still actually thought the film was a bit confusing in parts, but I still thought that the story part of the film was very straightforward, but I thought it was done very well. I also thought that the characters were done very well here. Benedict Cumberbatch back as Doctor Stephen Strange. I think this might be the best time he's played Doctor Strange in my opinion. And I thought that that Elizabeth Olsen playing Wanda, I think she did a brilliant job, and I like that Wanda was a villain in this film, so she was more the Scarlet Witch than she's ever been. I also thought that the new character, America Chavez, I liked her. I didn't think she was a great character, but I did quite like her, and I want to see what else she can do. I really liked her ability of being able to go to different universes, going into the multiverse. That was done really well in my opinion. It was also great to see Benedict Wong as Wong again. He's always a great character when I see him. And I just thought I just thought all the performances in this film were done very, very well. So that yeah, so I thought the acting was just done very, very well in this film. I also thought that the casting was done very, very well as well. And the writing, to me, it wasn't amazing, the writing, but I still did think it was very, very strong. Um, and I just think the interaction with the characters, the writing with that was just done very, very. It was just done very, very excellently. In terms of the action, I absolutely loved the action in this film. I thought it was done very, very well. I've not really got too much else really to say about it. I just thought that the action was just done amazingly. I think it's one of my favorite parts of these Marvel films is watching the action. And I also thought that the visuals and CGI, in my opinion, I prefer the visuals slightly more in Doctor Strange. There was just more going on, in my opinion. But I still think that the visuals and CGI is done excellently here. Um, and not really too much else really got to say about that. But the music and the score, I just thought that was done excellently. One of the better scores, in my opinion, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I just really, really enjoyed the cameos as well. And I want to go ahead and go a bit more in depth. So for the cameos, these are in no particular order. I will start off with Professor X. It was just really, really amazing to see him. We did see a brief part of him in the trailer, but we weren't really sure whether it was him or not. And now we knew for a fact it was him because I saw him in the film, and it was just really, really amazing to see him. And I didn't think he was an amazing character in this one. I would have liked to have spent more time with these cameo characters, but Black Bolt, it was also really, really great to see him as well. There could be an Inhumans film at some point. I would definitely watch it if there is, but we'll just have to wait and see whether there is going to be one. There was also like another version of Captain Marvel. I think it was Captain Marvel. And also you had Captain Carter. That was just really, really great. I mean, we saw her in What If, but seeing her in live action, that was just really, really cool. And seeing Mr. Fantastic as well. I mean, there could be a new Fantastic Four film, and I'd definitely be down for that. It was just really, really great to see Mr. Fantastic. Would I like to have seen all of them? Yes, but I definitely didn't think there wasn't enough cameos. I thought there was just the right amount of cameos in this film. Yeah, I was just really, really happy that those characters were in the film. And I just overall just did really, really enjoy this film. And yeah, now we'll go ahead and talk about the bad for this film. I have got a few things I want to mention here. So before I go ahead and talk about the bad for this film, I want to mention about the character of Christine. I thought she was fine here. In my opinion, I thought Rachel McAdams did the best that she possibly could playing that character. But in my opinion, she's just a fine character. I didn't think she was that great in the first Doctor Strange, and in my opinion, she wasn't that great here either. I thought she just could have been written as just a better character, in my opinion, in this film. But in terms of the bad, I want to go ahead and mention that this is too violent, and this is too scary, in my opinion. I'm not usually big. I'm not big horror fan, so to me, it was just too much for me, in my opinion. I also thought that the writing could have been improved upon as well. And there were some characters that could have been in the movie longer, like the just the cameo characters. They could have been in the film longer, and just maybe having a few more scenes in the actual multiverse itself. I didn't feel like it was quite madness enough. I also thought there were issues with the tone of the film. So the first half feels like a standard run-of-the-mill MCU film. It feels like it's directed by somebody else, but even though it is directed by Sam Raimi, and the second half definitely feels like it's directed by Sam Raimi because you've got all this horror and just yeah, it just felt like it was just his film. But the first half, it felt like somebody else was directing it, in my opinion. But and now I'll go ahead and say what I rate this film out of 10, and that is I'm going to ahead and rate this film. So we're in the verdict part of this film now, and I'd rate it an 8 out of 10. I thought this was a pretty great MCU film. Would I watch it again? Definitely. I'm not sure when though, but I did really, really enjoy this, and like I said, I rate it an 8 out of 10. So before I talk about the verdict, I want to talk about the post-credit scenes of this film. So for the mid-credit scene, for me, I actually thought was very, very interesting. I think it was Nicole Kidman in that scene, but I'm not sure which character she was playing though. But it definitely was setting up for a third Doctor Strange film, and I'm really, really looking forward to that one. And then there was an end credit scene which said Doctor Strange will return, so we know there's going to be at least there's going to be some sort of film with him in. It might be a Doctor Strange 3. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. But it showed it was just showing a funny scene in the film, really, and I just thought that's the end credit scene. I have to wait all that time for that. It was quite funny, but just to me, I didn't feel like it should have been the last scene. I just felt like I just felt a bit annoyed at the fact that I waited 10 minutes, and that was always sort of. I think maybe that could have been the mid credit scene, and then the mid credit scene could have been the end credit scene. I'm not really sure, but it was quite funny. I just did find disappointed that I waited all that time just for that. So that's really all I'm going to say in this video, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And looking forward to the next film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I still not even watched Moon Knight yet, so I want to go ahead and watch that. All the episodes of that, I'll be doing a show review for that. I'm really excited to watch Moon Knight. And I'll see you guys next video, everyone. Peace out, peace and love, stay safe, and ciao.